into someone, nothing's happening, and all of a sudden you can go to these servers and you can actually, because I feel like when I'm playing on matchmaking, I can't do, because I'm someone who really enjoys using the kind of tapping style.
Right.
To kill
that makes us too, I think, yeah.
And with 64 tickets, like impossible, because you just, a lot of the time, just won't register, and it's just a pain.
Spraying and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
And then blaming the age when you fail.
Exactly, yeah. So if you keep wanting, if you want something to blame still, then maybe the 128 tick servers aren't for you, but they feel really, really good. So make sure you go test those out. I mean,
I'll be there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Definitely. It's a lot of fun. It's improving. So guys, check it out. It's really awesome and really easy to get involved.
And then you can qualify for such tournaments as well by playing there. So that's cool.
And with ladder points, you can win FACEIT points and money and stuff like that. It's all really, really good
and
stuff.
And also car, I saw.
Yes, you can get a car if you get enough FACEIT points.
What is 5 million frequent play points or something like that? Or?
It's a lot. It's a lot of frequent player points, basically, FACEIT points, but the car is there. Even a trip to Sturmy's place in Andorra. Have you met Sturmy?
Several times, yes.
Okay.
Handsome fella.
He's a handsome fella, he is. And he's quite good at Quake as well. So here we go.
So I heard.
LGB
He's not the
fnatic.
CTF player I am, though. Being a Quake player.
So LGB fnatic, we're getting underway.
We are
here, and it's the pistol round. So as you said, this, I mean, as everyone knows, this is very, very crucial. It can really change the pace of the game. And here we have a lot of aggression coming up banana, and already a quick pick from Olofmeister. So that's really, really amazing. Such an amazing feeling to get that first pick, because now they're kind of sitting on banana. They're like, okay, do we want to go in 4 versus 5 now when they know that we're kind of coming?
Yeah.
So what should they be doing?
The time winner for that has obviously been lost here for fnatic. And I think Olof here, he didn't only surprise us, but also himself by getting that frag, because he was only trying to get away there.
So here we have, right now, the A commitment. JW with a fantastic little spot there over at Graveyard, taking down Quitten. I said that correctly, and the bomb does get planted. So that's in case they lose, they still have a lot of money. That's a really great situation for the fnatic side.
That was a nice shot.
We have it making their way in the side. Is that 2 in the corner there? In the
it is. It's a really smart play. I'm going to explain later.
And now they think that corner's safe, but it's not. And Olofmeister going to... Oh my god! Olofmeister turning around. What a huge fail there.
Was that the phone number to this player? I'm going to call him and offer him something. No, I'm kidding. That was brilliant. But, okay, from the perspective we were seeing this, it looked like he was like wall hacking, kind of. He was like randomly looking there, because it did make little sense to look there after killing the first guy. But I think he got insights from his teammates shouting, he's in the bomb spot, he's in the bomb spot. And that's kind of enabled him to get his 4th frag. So quite amazing round from Olofmeister here.
I mean, we gotta feel bad for Devilwalk, who I think was in that position, who's got to be the guy who fails in that situation, because that always kind of sucks. But again, as you say, props to Olofmeister there. And here we have now just an anti-eco situation, and Olofmeister buying an M4A1S, and I guess it's not very expensive, only 2,900. So
he's going for the Guinness World Record here. He want to get as many frags as can. Just go aggressive in the middle. Why not? But anyway, fnatic's decision there to put 2 members on the same spot in a 4-on-3 situation, it was quite smart. But by doing so, they should play it more passively, the people that are not hiding in the bomb spot. So I think we have one in the big pit, for example. He cannot die that early. He needs to make sure that the remaining guy, I think it was Devilwalk, right? Yeah. In the bomb spot, gets the time he needs to kind of kill people in the back. Now he was left by himself, and that should never, ever happen. So
that's
smart
a nice knife, by the way.
Initially, but then they put themselves in a very tricky situation by dying early.
Oh, and very, very quick aggression from Olofmeister, getting absolutely denied. Told to sit down by JW there. And right now, it looks like fnatic are just going to kind of chill a little bit. They've got 3 players on banana, but really no indication of a push. And actually very aggressive positioning from LGB here. You can see them right up at their sandbags there, and trying to push the car position as well, dropping that flashbang to gain more insight as to what's going on at banana. That information tells them that the guys at A, you've got to be careful, because they're likely coming for you very soon. We've got Modi pushing the apps. Oh, there goes the spray onto one guy from LGB. He's going to go down. It's very unfortunate. And now all of a sudden they know exactly what's going on, although they're still keeping one over at banana. And now he's going to rotate, but it's too little too late. Devilwalk and Schneider going to make the A take an easy situation indeed. And XM there with a beautiful USB headshot. Oh, poor chicken.
Ending up on Nando's tomorrow. You know about Nando's, right?
Nando's? Yeah, we have those in the UK. Yeah, okay, that's another thing. If I could make another change, the chickens are going
Yeah, they can go somewhere else, I think.
They can go somewhere else, or just be in a barrel somewhere. Just keep them in a barrel, just locked up together, like 10 chickens, all the chickens from the map in one barrel.
Hey, the casual users loves it.
Really?
That's what they say.
God,
but
no.
I guess even when I was 10, it was like fun one time to kill them, and then you started to beat your human opponents instead, rather than the
chickens. Yeah. Oh man. So here we have LGB with both inside there on B. No crossfire on the opposite position there.
Funny that we saw a shotgun in the hands of I think it was Exim the previous round, but now he's able to buy a Colt. So I think he kind of felt comfortable with the shotgun at that point, but now we realized maybe he needs a better rifle, a stronger rifle to kill the Fnatic players. Yeah. So this is obviously a weapon round. In round number 4 is very important one, looking at the money situation here.
Looks like they're all huddled around at Banana together with the bomb, and JW is going to be the solo man trying to make a push up, and this is really, really strong for JW. If you get a pick here, that's going to really just be so hard for...
It's now when the attack needs to come. Yeah,
there it is.
They did a fake, surprised the CTs there.
Oh, are they going to go around, or are they like through CT spawn perhaps to join up with JW, or how are they going to do this?
No, they're going to commit for B, I think. Actually not, they're going to rotate to A. I'm seeing the overview here.
JW had that position kind of cleared.
I think that wasn't the plan, but I think they did a split-second decision there. So props to Modi for taking that call, because now they are caught in rotation here, somewhere in between bomb spot B and bomb spot A. An area, of course, we call CT base, or the library area. So good position from Fnatic now, should win them the round.
Oh, that's pretty bad though. Now it's all down to Flusher after 2 of his teammates got brutalized there. Flusher going to take down 1. He's got 2 more to deal with, but he can't quite manage it. XM with the M4A1 is going to be able to easily deal with Flusher, and that's going to be the defuse going in for LGB. So far, it's a very, very tight game. It hasn't really looked like... I mean, everything's kind of walking a razor's edge right now. It could go either way at this point, these rounds. But we're in a situation where perhaps Fnatic are thinking about not investing in
They should buy.
But
they must buy now.
Here it goes. The AK's in hand. And Galil as well. And Modi, did Modi pick up a weapon yet? I think it shows the best weapon now on the GUI, the new GUI. So Modi not with a weapon there. And so here we have now a lot of players up on Banana, just chilling. Got the bomb on T slope. They're just biding their time, making sure that they can make the correct call here, and they're slowly getting information, slowly getting position. And again, it's like you said before, they've got some presence on Banana, they've got presence on mid, they're going to have options trying to control space. Witten with a bit of spray there, but not taking any damage whatsoever, able to deal a bit of damage here and there. Every little bit can help. Bullet here and a bullet there, and try to take care of the chickens for us. As he just gets gunned down through the smoke there, that's absolutely, oh, that's so frustrating when that happens. And it looks like...
Strong play from Olof so far, obviously. Not only the pistol round, but he's taking some really key frags here on the weapon rounds.
So what did Fnatic do now? They just lost a player, and Devilwalk's on 9 health.
Yeah.
Well,
Modi obviously picked up the AK because he was only on a Glock earlier. Stick together is probably the key. With one well-placed flashbang here, they should be able to get into bomb spot B. They're throwing down some smokes now.
The grenades flood in there to the site. We've got XM there in the corner, and he's going to try to make a spray happen. Great crossfire there to take down that player. The smoke is helping a little bit, but they're still unrelenting. They want this site badly. They're going to take down all the players in the site, get the bomb down. Modi getting that plant, and here comes the retake attempt from LGB. They are creeping in. They've got to coordinate perfectly, but look at that. Beautiful there. Both covering that spot. Wonderful retake, and they've just got 1 player left to deal with, but they have the position in the site. They've eliminated where he's going to be through the smoke. Brilliant. That's so smart from Olof Meister there to understand that that was the most likely spot there from Fnatic to be hiding.
Yeah, it seemed like JW was worse off being in the smoke than being seen from Olof's perspective, because it seemed like JW didn't really see Olof, and he eventually went down. Yeah. Kind of a good play from Fnatic still, obviously being semi-biased here, to say the least. But they were in a fairly tricky situation there, being 4 versus 5, Devilwalk on 9 health. They still got the bomb planted. Still not enough, though, to encourage them to buy now, round number 6. What I kind of like to have seen here from Fnatic in the previous round was to use the fact that they actually were able to buy. That was kind of surprising, I guess, for LGB,
Yeah.
But instead, they start to spam early in the round, and that's going to make the CTs more casual. They're going to save the grenades. They're going to play it very securely as a weapon round, basically.
And the eco round started off pretty well there for Fnatic. I loved what they were doing with the P250. You had a player jumping out boiler, just spamming a few shots around the corner, connect the quick headshot onto Olofmeister, putting him down to like 5 HP, but they were unable to really finish the job and kind of fizzled out after that. So, I mean, not really able to accomplish much, but now they have their bye. It's kind of about this round, and this is, if they lose this, if they get kind of in a situation that where they kind of broke it after this round, that's going to start to sting really badly. They're going to start to feel a lot of pressure because you only get so many bye rounds before stuff starts getting out of hand, and we're starting to get towards that point. We've got the AWP for JW, as we would expect, and already some players from Fnatic taking some damage as they're trying to get some positioning on Banana, positioning up on mid, but we might have some aggressive posturing from LGB here. We've got one player around that boiler room on short.
There's going to be some action in Banana any second here.
Here they go, he's ready.
But that actually plays in LGB's favor, because I don't think flusha expects a guy to be on the right-hand side now. If Fnatic goes towards B, that would be their doom now.
It's like, it's very tense here on Tenterhook, says flusha. Unsure necessarily, but that smoke's really going to help. That smoke kind of helps them, in fact, because it really tells them, yeah, you can't really go up there. And as you said, he would be in a really bad spot to try to push it, and smoke is going to delay them quite some.
Yeah, he's doing a great job here, though, flusha, because he makes sure that the CTs are keeping two guys in bomb spot B. Now they're opting to go for the attack here, so he's going to be in a good position.
Oh, wow! Except jumping with the mag. Always a brilliant play there.
That reminded a bit of Quake.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And they're going to make their... Oh, wow, the aggression onto the site absolutely annihilated there by Dennis. And now they're just thinking, what should we do? There's not much time left at all. And
yeah, with 10 seconds on the clock, they should have saved there. So I don't know what JW did there.
The smoke seemed really well timed to me, because it was about 5 seconds really before they were thinking about committing. And then the smoke popped down. And then by the time the smoke had all but dissipated, there was like 20 seconds left in the round or something ridiculous like that.
Right. But I also have to say, very generic statement, but 3 is the kind of a magic number, I guess, when you want to attack a bomb spot. Because Dennis was able to kill 2 members. Then that was it. There was no one there to like kill him. It's kind of easy being CT to kill 2 members. But if you go down, being the CT alone in the bomb spot, that means the bomb gonna get planted there. Then you have a very open round bomb plant defuse situation. So Fnatic was somewhere in between. They didn't really commit to bomb spot B as much as they should have done.
And this is a very aggressive, very fast push from Fnatic. They haven't done something quite like this just yet in this tournament today. And Crim's on the defense. Great angles there. Not expected at all as Crim's guns down a couple of Fnatic players. But the bomb will go down. There goes Dennis in with a rotation. Does manage to... Oh, brilliant headshots coming in there from LGB. This retake so far is brilliant. But JW is the last man standing. And with JW, anything's possible. But he is going to go down facing 3 players on his screen at once. That is a tough position to be in. And LGB with a very timely, very well coordinated and very methodical retake of the A bomb site is going to get them that defuse and another round on the board. Fnatic now are hurting badly.
Certainly. Due to the money situation, or the money structure rather, after losing several consecutive rounds, they are going to be able to buy pretty much each and every round now. The AK for 2.7k and an armor, that's going to be it basically. We saw that you kind of took a simple approach, a basic approach in the previous round, round number 8. Simply go full aim based and attack a bomb spot and try and hoping for the best in the plant defused situation. I think we're going to see more of that play, even if they didn't succeed this time around. I think we're going to see more of that now. I think they've given up on the fancy flashbangs, the fancy smoke grenades and the timing attacks or the fakes. They're going to go more aim based, and they do have the kind of the aim to do so.
And JW already got picked off very quickly, and Whitten with another one through the smoke, and it seems like Fnatic are almost being made fools of slightly by their mid attack there as they get kind of picked away. Whitten with a 3rd, looking for the 4th, not going to find it, but he's already done more than enough to just shut down this pressure on the A mid here. So Modi's the last one standing. And what is Modi trying to do here? Just maybe get some kills, get some economic damage in, or what is Modi thinking about right now, 1 versus 4?
He should go bomb spot B here, and he seems to do that as well. If he is extremely lucky, he's able to kill this guy and get the bomb planted. But obviously, Inferno and CSGO kind of improves the rotation between bomb spot B and bomb spot A for CTs with the additional connector. So no luck for Modi this time around. 8-1.
Yeah, things aren't looking too good. And so what do you feel about what you've seen from fnatic so far, being the leader of fnatic at the moment, and seeing these players in so many tournaments and games? Where do you think the weak link is, or not necessarily having to call out weak link, but where is it going wrong for them?
Well, weak link. Let's look at the stats. Snyder, you're out. No, on a serious note, I think the timing is completely off. Losing the pistol round doesn't help indeed. But, or did they lose the pistol round?
I believe they did.
Yeah, they did. Sorry. But yeah, timing is off. They're trying to play more complicated than they actually should. Against a team such as this, playing VG, Very Games, is a different story. Playing NIP is also a different story. But against this team, I think they should utilize their strength, and that is aim. And also JWP maybe should go for more AWP.
Yeah, that is something that you sometimes don't see as much. Sometimes we look at JW and we're like, well, you're the kind of AWP mastermind behind fnatic sometimes, and it's like we don't see it so much as maybe we should. But still,
yeah, I think it depends on his mood a bit. Sometimes he buys AWP pretty much every single round, even on the pistol round, if that was possible. But some days he doesn't feel comfortable with it and he sticks to the AK or the Colt. But yeah, maybe that's something I have to encourage him to do more, because he's a brilliant sniper.
And here we go, he's using the AWP right now. Let's see if he's able to do anything with it. That's really the question. And actually, flusha are going to take a pick up on Banana. That could cue an aggression from fnatic. Or, as it's so early, they can choose to wait and just see if the fact that LGB now having that hole in the defense is going to give them some time. Maybe they'll be able to exploit a hole here or there if they can find out where the hole is, where the leak is in the defense for LGB. And LGB actually decided to reinforce Banana. They stuck a second player on there, but that means that they're only 2 on A. Right. So if an attack does come from fnatic here, straight up onto A and hard and fast onto A, this could be bad.
Right. Yeah, you mentioned two kind of decisions you can take upon an entry frag ST. Go for it or play it safe. You shouldn't do something in between. You need to still do it synchronized, because you don't want to run into a aimer in bomb spot B. That could be Dennis, for example. He can easily kill 2 or 3 members. Now they're going for a kind of slow approach, but I don't like the fact that fnatic is spreading out right now.
Yeah. It does seem quite strange, because they had a situation where they with max speed against 2 players, and here comes JW trying to, was that 2 no-scopes failed there, unfortunately, but he does leave with his life, so after a couple no-scopes, that's always a winning situation, a winning thing, but still they've yet to get the bomb down. Looks like they're getting it down on A, so finally they do get it, but still LGB could make this retake happen. There's still 3 of them left alive, and the money situation for them is so good. I mean, why not try? So it's
they definitely should. Round number 11, we're moving into late game here, so they should definitely go for this. Even if they're not successful, they should at least try to kill fnatic off. At least getting JW to lose his AWP, that would be very important for them now.
Great shots from Devilwalk there. Finally does get taken down. A nice trade from Within, but he's decided that his odds aren't good enough, and he's just going to fall back, save up that M4. And it was very interesting there. I mean, I'm not the analysis guy,
as well. Kind of a sloppy play from fnatic.
Yeah,
Devilwalk and Modi shouldn't have died there. Devilwalk shouldn't have taken that peak, and Modi should have left the building earlier than he did. Now we lost. Did I use the word we? I did, but of course I'm fnatic. So fnatic lost 2 members, and when you only have 2 members remaining in a victorious round, losing the next means a disaster. Taking up the scoreboard, looking at the money. Of course we see 5k from flusha, but look at the rest of the players.
Definitely hard times have befallen them. And Modi's going to get straight into the balcony here, but Huithin has heard him and he's ready for it. And there comes the spray, almost too easy there. Modi going to go down. And
he didn't anticipate Huithin's position here. He expected him to be a bit further down the stairway. Obviously a very bad trade for fnatic, losing the in-game leader here. He took a too early peak in my opinion.
Yeah, most certainly. And Huithin there, he's been a very, very strong player so far for LGB in the CT half. And Olafmeister as well, as we follow him with the AWP. And very, very far back they are now. And there's 3 of them that are defending on A, and they are very far back. And it looks like JW is being patient here. Quick flash going to come in. Is JW going to make the peak? That's the question. And actually, it could work out, because
the key player now is going to be, let me see, it's going to be the T in the middle. Yeah, JW.
And
If he's able to get a kill now, they can really open up and then they can start a rotation in B. But I guess they are creeping too close to B, so they're going to run into the rotation nevertheless. But maybe it's a split coming up here. It seems to be the case.
Oh, JW gets caught by Olafmeister. I was going to say, it was almost lucky that Olafmeister actually repositioned away from Library.
And that he had AWP.
Yeah. But the very, very well played round from LGB. It felt very controlled from them because they were quite aggressive to begin with. Then decided after the first pick onto Modi to fall all the way back, completely changing up their positioning, which has to be confusing as a player from Fnatic. I mean, it's hard to read because they've had so much space to work with, and they've used that space, and they've completely disappeared from the most forward position. So it's hard to see where they're going to be. But it looks like Fnatic are going to go with something aggressive up second mid here, perhaps through apartments or a mid, or just straight up mid.
Well, this is more or less a pure eco, with the exception of Flusha buying the P220. Sorry, 250.
Oh, no one's checking the corner. Oh no. That's one of those corners where
you don't necessarily expect someone to stand there.
Yeah, but when it happens once, you look there for the next 5 games or something.
Right.
I really feel like it's
And
that
again,
way.
statistically, maybe it doesn't make sense to even look there, you know?
Yeah.
But it's all about having a game sense and kind of like
to be fair,
spider sense at that point to know whether someone can beat it or not. There's a lot of parameters that kind of you can try to go after before you take such a decision, though. But I don't think on a Glock eco, it's reasonable to look at that area, and obviously Skytten capitalize on that.
Maybe if you have the second man, he can look there, but I don't know.
What about hiding several people there? That would be
that's always really nice.
Yeah.
Have him peek out and then let him die. Let them feel safe.
The thing is, though, a good team would actually consider that. If you see someone peeking there too stupidly, obviously on a weapon round, I would expect someone to. It's something shady going on here because it makes no sense.
It seems off. Yeah,
it seems very off.
Seems off. I like that. Yeah, that's definitely a very, very awesome thing. We saw it working out before. Well,
it should have worked.
Yeah, Devil wasn't quite able to get the kill, but I think it was Olafmeister who was able to actually.
Right, that was.
I
was at the early stage. I was a bit uncertain whether Fnatic won the pistol round or not. But in my opinion, they should have won it, right? But it was amazingly they did not. But anyway, round number 15 here. Fnatic obviously kind of need this round to stay into in Inferno at least. Obviously, it's a best of 3, so it's not over yet.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world just yet. And how do you feel about Fnatic on Inferno? Do you think it's a stronger map for them, or do you think it's a weaker map, or does it just depend on the day and the team? And
obviously, it's not the first map they're removing when they're doing the veto, but I'm sure it's not the best map. I think Mirage and also the next map is going to be Train. These are maps that favors our players more than Inferno.
Yeah.
Obviously, LGB, they are confident with this map. They chose it, as far as I'm concerned.
I do love watching the new Train, I gotta say. The kind of CSGO Train. It does provide very interesting matches recently. Always enjoying that, so I'm looking forward to that. And it's like we have the pistol round here, so if something's going to happen, if something incredible is going to happen for Fnatic, it's got to start with this. And Fnatic already dropping 2 players over at Banana. There's one more instantly taking down Devilwalk, just dropped this next snap there.
They're really mastering these Glocks. The only chance now is they are able to kill the bomb carrier, but with 6 health on JW and Snyder with the pistol, it's not that likely.
And Skytten gonna deal with JW.
They're doing some kind of home run here. They're all over the map at the same time.
LGB looking very good, aim-wise, looking very confident. They've been winning a lot of the peak situations, the one-on-ones. They've been winning a lot of the kind of the sprays back and forth through smokes, and they've been defending so well on the CT side. LGB looking very strong, and they're a team that, from what I've seen, they've been consistently improving, and they seem really, to me, like they could actually really get up there, like really go very far. And I'd be very interested to see if they could even win today, if they are able to beat Fnatic. Yeah. Don't hate me, please.
No worries about that. But yeah, on the other side of the bracket, we do have a very games.
We do have a very games has appeared on the other side. That's going to be interesting.
These French people.
Definitely good to see more teams, not just Swedes, making their mark these days in Counter-Strike.
Snyder is behind him now, but a pistol and 13 bullets, how much damage can you possibly do?
Not just any pistol, it's a PD-50, he pulls out the knife, there it is.
Oh my
That's
God.
so much money.
That was quite close, actually.
What is it, like 1,500 you get from a
That's
And,
right.
Pretty sweet.
Unless they have recently changed that, but it should be 1500.
Oh my god, Snyder. He takes down one more off the knife. That's so much money, getting the SMG kill too. He's rolling in money, rolling in dough. But just Flusher left. He's got a 5-7 with 5-7. Flusher going to make his way through the
Jungle
library.
edition, apparently.
Oh, he quickly picks off one. It's just Olofmeister. He could totally do this, spamming away through that blindness. But Olofmeister, he does have an AK. He's got grenades as well. Oh, okay. Not going to be able to do it. No 5-7 clutch in the end. But Fnatic making it very, very close to fair. The stuff looks very, very difficult for them right now.
Yeah, this is a bit like playing best of 5 sets and you have so many match points in the third set being a tennis player 2-0 basically. So it's more or less impossible. They have to do so many saves here to get in a position to tie this Inferno game.
And it looks like so far they're not doing anything too aggressive. They're just they've even dropped the bomb. I mean, usually that's very indicative that they're just playing for picks and seeing what they're gonna do, like what's gonna happen on the map before get information first before really taking the bomb and saying okay here, because they don't want to lose it whilst they have a player trying to make a pick. But they do pick that bomb up. Looks like they're up A, so like okay, A is the place to be. But there's still 2 players from Fnatic hiding in the apartments.
Yeah, but hiding there means that they are able to kind of attack CT spawn here as they're doing as well. Surprise Modi, he managed to kill him though, but yeah.
So LGB,
not a good map for Fnatic.
Able to take that first map. Very convincingly.
Very convincingly.
Is this a situation where Fnatic are feeling bad? Or are they feeling like...
Most likely feeling quite bad, knowing that...
I know that's a stupid question to a lot of people, but...
No, but...
I mean...
So obviously they are coming into this tournament with kind of a failure in their backpack. 4th place at SLTV just the other day, actually. So of course they are very keen to win this. But the sportsman's mindset at this point must be to forget about what happened in the past, realizing that Train is coming up. It's a likelihood that we're going to go into Mirage as well, the 3rd map. Maps that, if you look at the pure betting aspect, that's the maps I would put my money on when it comes to Fnatic.
Exactly. They can basically erase the first one from their mind, be like, Train, that's a good map for us. Mirage, that's a good map for us.
Yeah,
I mean that's.
But what is the excuse here though? Like 16-2. This was a super one-sided game. Looked quite good in the first pistol round, but pistol rounds are pistol rounds indeed.
Yeah.
But from then on, Modi and his team, they weren't able to perform anywhere near world-class Counter-Strike. ST on Inferno, a side that is quite tricky, but still against a team like LGB, they should get a few more rounds if they should win this FACEIT tournament this week. It
did seem like they weren't able to really, as you're saying, use their strengths as much. I mean, LGB kind of had their number when it came to the kind of duels in the aim game. That's how it seemed. But it also seemed like maybe Fnatic weren't trying to play for it enough. Perhaps, if that makes sense. Like really, like you said, just going a bit more aggressive, like using their aim a bit more, and sort of because it did seem like they gave a lot of respect to LGB, and were making a lot of slow plays, very deliberate, very casual, very slow, but often they lose a man, and then they'd be in a situation where that's always the hardest situation, because then you're playing from a disadvantage and you can't go with your original game plan, the original strategies out the window. Is this something that a lot of teams do? They have let's say
backup plan, or
exactly. Let's say because you start around, you're 5 men with 5, let's say AKs, and you're like, okay, these are the strategies we can do in this situation. Are you in a spot where Fnatic have like on Inferno as T side, they have a bunch of strategies specifically for 4 on 5, like early on if someone gets picked off?
So like similar to and Faculty, Fnatic kind of failed to adapt to the game LGB put up. Aggressive CT, flash in the middle, Skytten, I think Olof as well went super aggressive there. We started with the standard game, got picked off, ending up in 5-on-4 situation. Then at some point, going into mid-game, we were going this kind of trade game. We hoped that Modi, Snyder would get their kills. But okay, that's kind of the plan B. That's fine, switch to that. But at that point, I would like them to stick more together. So instead of going 1 versus 1, they should go 2 versus 1. It doesn't necessarily make sense, but like if Modi goes down, there should be someone behind him to kind of counter that frag. So you end up reducing it between like 5-on-5, 4-on-4, 3-on-3, 2-on-2, 1-on-1. Obviously, best case scenario, that will not never happen because you will win all the frags. But you need to have a backup plan to plan B. Is that plan C? I don't know.
Yeah,
but the way they played out
exactly,
plan B, I think that was wrong.
Yeah.
They should stick more together still, because it was a bit of desperation I sensed in the game.
Yeah, it did
we
seem
showed
like
up
that.
mid-game and late game.
And it seemed like there's some situations where, like, we did see that spot where I think Fnatic got the pick. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Fnatic. On T side, they got it to a 5 versus 4 situation.
Yeah, I think Flusha opened up around, for example. Yeah,
yeah, on Banana, wasn't it? And all of a sudden, the LGB were like, okay, we've got to we've got to back up Banana. They can't just leave one man there. And I think that's a logical assumption for Fnatic. So they could be assuming that, okay, it's going to be, we have a 5 versus 2 situation now, but we just have to pick one spot. And they left the guy on Banana, and they had one kind of supporting him, and they put 3 on A, and it was pretty slow.
It was JW with his AWP.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't agree with that decision if that was a cold player being left in Banana, but knowing how fairly, at that point at least, when rotation is going on for the CTs, JW's AWP is not that useful in middle. So his decision is A, to swap to AK, follow his team 5 versus 2 in bomb spot A, or be the guy that actually fakes bomb spot B. Being a defender in bomb spot B, Inferno, you don't necessarily expect the guy who is faking to have a sniper. A sniper is normally a player that sticks with a bunch of the teammates.
Yeah.
So he was like the lonely sniper there, and that's I can imagine the communication going on in LGB in their TeamSpeak or whatever using. Kind of hinted that the attack actually going to come in bomb spot B. At that moment, Fnatic was actually quite good to capitalize on this misinformation and strike the attack towards bomb spot A. Fnatic won this round, but the manner they won it in was 2 guys remaining. Modi went down to the bomb. Devil Walk took a fairly stupid peek, in my opinion, putting them into a very bad situation in the next round, forcing them to win that. They failed on that. Money system reset, and they had they were down, was it like 10 to 2? Sorry, I need more water later. 10 to 2, and they had $1,500.
Yeah.
Playing LGB having what was it, $10,000? So it doesn't matter just winning rounds. It sometimes matters how you win the rounds when it comes to longevity.
It does seem to be the case that in some spots that Fnatic maybe defeated themselves a little bit. Of course, LGB played a really kind of cold, strong game where they were just, they didn't look shaky at all.
Not at all.
But Fnatic definitely, some spots, like you say, a little bit of sloppiness kind of is indicative of perhaps some indecision or some hesitancy in what they're actually doing necessarily, or lack of confidence. So hopefully, going into train, as I was saying before, they're going to be feeling a lot better morale-wise, and we'll kind of see all those kind of negative aspects to the game kind of drift away as they become confident. Like we saw LGB so confident.
Right, and in order for Fnatic to pick up now and realizing that they're still in this game, they still have the chance to go home with, is it $1,500 tonight?
Yeah.
It's come from kind of proper leadership from Modi. He needs to motivate this guy. He needs to encourage them, realizing this fact. This is not a moment to be depressed. This is a moment to just get back on track and starting to play Counter-Strike, right? But yeah, again, for the second time of the evening, pistol round is going to be super vital. If LGB wins this, they can just steamroll over Fnatic and make this a one-sided battle once more. If Fnatic end up winning this, we can see a comeback.
So with Train, how do you see this now? Because Train has gone through a lot of changes. So we always, Train was always the, if you're from the 1.6 era and you haven't really changed your thinking much, you're thinking oh, T side, I get 3-4 rounds, okay.
Right.
Okay, if I
I
get
think
5
you get
rounds,
a few
that's
more
nice.
here on a normal, any given day, basically.
Yeah.
As T.
It's looking more like 6-7. So you're saying it's a little
kind of hard to
CT
put down the
bias
number.
still?
It depends on so many things, such as pistol round, for example, and how the money situation evolves through the game. Because sometimes it's more or less impossible to get more than 4 or 5 rounds, depending again on the money situation and pistol round. And then you should be kind of happy with that and kind of encourage yourself to win the next pistol round to end up in the same situation the CTs were. A lot of thinking behind this. It's not too easy to kind of express it by words.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, DDK, I think in CSGO, the train version we're seeing right now, we do expect Ts to get more than 3-4 rounds, yes.
As it does seem much more aggressive. It's much easier to be aggressive on this kind of more modern train as well. So it's definitely proven to be very, very interesting and entertaining to watch its development over the years, and it's going to be interesting to see if Fnatic are going to be able to bring themselves back fully into this map. Because
yeah, that should be the ambition, obviously, because they were the ones picking this map. So
And if you just joined us, Fnatic did just lose 16-2. And other notable events of tonight, we had BZSX actually defeating Faculty, and Faculty one of the invited teams. So that's BZSX. You know, props to them. And of course, just being a qualified team could be you and your team. As if you just play one of the Saturday weekly cups, we have the qualifiers for this monthly tournament, then you could be facing one of these big names. And I know that can be even a dream to a lot of players, a lot of highly competitive players who are aspiring to make a name for themselves. So definitely, this is a great platform for you to achieve that. So definitely get yourself on the platform and playing some cups and so on. And tomorrow we have a community night as well coming up. So start grinding those ladder games. And we're just waiting right now for both teams to get ready. Are we on the knife round?
Yeah, we are.
Like we are on the
yeah, but I just want to emphasize that people out there, the CS community, people need to be more like flexible when it comes to like getting into a team with your mates. That's how I started my career. I started to play with my in real life friends, so to speak, playing against the best teams in the city, then taking it to the province, then the country. You kind of have to climb the ladder. You have to start somewhere, and you have to know that the managers, the players of other pro teams, they're actually watching these kind of games. And if you're playing that, you make a great game, maybe you will be a relevant name when it comes to the recruitment process. But anyway, we're watching the pistol round here soon. I think we saw Fnatic losing the knife round. Yeah,
so here we go. We have, and that's not the best spot to be in. Hopefully they can, for their sake, let's hope that they can do this. They're pushing out into yard.
They might do a restart actually.
Let's see what happens. Okay.
Yeah, I think they were trying to do the knife round, but there was some server settings that were a bit off.
But okay, well we'll get that resolved very quickly. And
these servers, man.
Yeah, these servers. eBot's pretty awesome.
It is.
I've learned eBot's pretty damn awesome. It's so cool.
I guess when it's down, it's a bit like the EasyJet system, right?
Oh,
today was down, they didn't have a backup system, and things goes pretty bad from there.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, we should be on momentarily.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of interesting things happening in Counter-Strike realm, the Counter-Strike universe, and remember, guys, I'm just going to keep plugging the FACEIT, the pickup games, because it's really starting to pick up steam at the moment. If you just joined us and you're a Counter-Strike player, someone who loves to play Counter-Strike and loves to play on 128-tick servers, that's what we have, the highest quality of servers. Just get booted up. So the way the system works is you just go on the website. You don't have to you don't need to subscribe or anything. You can just play a pickup game. You don't need any fancy premium or unlimited or anything. You can just press join as solo. If you don't have any friends with you, you can join as a mix or a team as well. Get entered into the queue with everyone else, and when it fills up, there's a captain assigned randomly for each team, and then they just pick between some server locations.
Sounds like a very straightforward platform, like easy to get engaged with. Comparing, I guess, both of our background as FPS players, how we had to tweak servers, upload configs.
Oh my god!
There wasn't a match system. There wasn't a way to report score, for example. Only like 5-6 years ago. So it's great to see that has developed. So there are no excuses.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
get involved.
It's so easy, and once all that stuff is decided, it's just a big play button appears as the server spawning. You press it, and you're in the game. And that's as simple as that. Actually, something else which is really cool. We have there's loads of games ongoing. There's like an ongoing button. You press it, and you can see all the games that are actually happening. And there's like a Go TV. And it's like really, really smooth. You can just jump into the Go TV. So if like one of the players you like to watch is playing, you can just watch them or see what games are going on the platform and just check it out. And it's like really, really awesome. And actually,
in other words, you can stalk people.
Exactly. You can be the best stalker you've ever been. Stalk people not only on Facebook, but maybe on the FACEIT platform as well. And actually thinking about it, DreamHack Bucharest, right? The Go TV really impressed me how smooth it was there, because that was actually. I
was actually there, so I didn't have the.
Oh, okay. You're actually there.
I wasn't sitting remotely, so I couldn't really say whether it was good or not. Why was it good though?
I'm not actually sure, but it was just amazing.
Okay.
And previous to that, there's always the kind of drop packets or whatever, like the stuttering.
But it was smooth anyway. It was a great experience for the people tuning in.
It was like being in game, and that's actually what the Go TVs look like on our servers as well. So it's really, really awesome.
Definitely.
So go check it out when you're done watching this tournament. And it looks like we're having the knife round again. Is that what's going on? Got the knife round happening again? Or?
Let's see.
Let's see. Okay. So they're just redoing the knife round as there was an issue with that. And as soon as that's done, we'll get into the game. So this might be a great moment to get a refreshment, a drink, some popcorn. I don't know what you like to eat or snack on.
I drink a lot of water. I tell you, when I used to play, I probably drank because game events. You go there 8 in the morning, you end up leaving at midnight. So over a day, I just counted my bottle one day at events. I think it was an IM stop, realizing I had 6, probably 5 liters of water. a lot of toilet visits that day.
Yeah,
I'm
I
also
can
getting
imagine.
worried about my electrolytes and all that shit. But water is really good for you, right? So
Yeah.
it's also a bit anti-stressful, drinking water. It kind of keeps you cool, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, totally. I mean, if you're drinking like sugary drinks, it's going to like be
No, I
messing with
don't.
your sugar levels, and your body's going to be like, oh my god, I need more insulin to correct the levels, and like constantly like this.
Right.
But water, you just can keep a smooth level,
Yeah.
get that blood sugar normally.
Need a
and,
good diet, guys.
Yeah, it's actually really important.
Otherwise, you end up looking like me.
So, how healthy are the Fnatic players? Have you ever had to like, I don't know, get on their case about diet or anything? I mean, you're kind of in that position where you're like, I'm the more
Yeah, I know.
experienced
We
player,
should
I've been there.
have more like not only practice regimes when it comes to the games, but we should also encourage them to be
Lifestyle
more
regimes.
like physical in that sense. So yeah, that's on my department to actually pick up on
Yeah.
to improve that. At this point, not so much. We obviously encourage them to eat great food and all that.
You need a team house where you can keep them on a little
We need a
cages and
team house
control
as
every
well.
single aspect of
But
their lives.
The esport world spins so quickly, so we just need to focus on one thing at the time basically and do the best out of that. But definitely team house is one thing. Diet for the players is another thing we need to improve. We get there.
We will get there. And so far we got the knife round, and very interesting knife, this one. And I want to, because Foran made a really funny joke about this knife. He's like, he said it's really sinister. It's like, because it looks like a bag of Skittles or something. And like the colors, it's like when you're stabbing someone, you're saying taste the colors of the rainbow or something like that. It's like a really sinister image. Foran's a really funny guy.
Yes,
funny
he is.
guy. So we have knife round going on here. Looks like we've got 3 players left for each team here, but it's not looking so good for Fnatic anymore. This is something that's really important for them as well to win, because you really want to start on CT. It's not as bad as it used to be. It used to be that, again, like 1.6, if you started off as T, you're already hating life.
Yeah,
but
then you can like flip the kind of theory as well by saying winning the T pistol round puts a lot of pressure on the.
Oh god, yeah.
So within a time frame of like 5 minutes, the pistol round, the anti-ecos as T with a successful attack as T during the pistol round, you can actually put yourself in like a 5-0 lead, for example, and then it's really tough to play CTs. So obviously, my natural response when being put with the decision is to play CT still. But then again, T, you can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
All about the mind game again.
Yeah, you logic your way out of it. That is true. So let's see how this goes though. We have, of course, CT I imagine, for LGB, and Fnatic going to be on T. Yeah, that's the case. So as far as Fnatic playing here, again being the leader, kind of Fnatic, the Fnatic man, the one guy wearing the shirt, what are they likely to do? Can you give us a little preview of what they're likely to do on the pistol round? What do they like to do?
Like many other teams, or the most of the teams in the pro circuit, having the Glocks, it's a lot of like running and shooting basically. Not waiting too long in the round. Split main, split pop, or go for smoke attack B. That's kind of the conventional way of playing this. I would be a bit worried if I see them starting to play with other pistols here and going towards alley. I can expect them to do either a yard split, utilizing the main and the pop area, or buying a few smoke grenades. I think Devilwalk is doing that, and going B, but we don't know. It's about to be revealed here.
Interesting. So we will see momentarily what's actually going to happen here. It looks like we do have a 3 creeping alley with the bomb. Got one on main and one around kind of in an area that is going to be rotating shortly soon, I imagine. Or over at pop. And in they go. Modi, Schneider getting 2 quick pickups there, opening up that alley very, very well there, very efficiently. Haven't even dropped a single man, and LGB are suddenly left scratching their heads.
Yeah, Crim's got a bit stuck there on the bomb spot. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, hiding in the smoke. But
so there you go. That's the pressure that's going to be.
Look at the health as well. That was very one-sided pistol round, very surprisingly as well.
Fnatic seem to very much have their, because that looked like a much more methodical round from them as well. Like you said, it wasn't the run and gun. It was actually what we kind of saw on Inferno a little bit, where they were just kind of playing it a bit more slowly, a bit more coordinated, playing with smokes instead of just going run and gun with the Glocks. And it did work out for them this time. So sticking with their guns. And
let's see if they have learned a lesson from, or well, actually, and faculty's lesson, sticking together on T and T. And it also seems to be the case. They're not too spread out now, and starting to approach bombs for B and planting the bomb. Great anti-eco so far. Yeah, and actually, yeah, notably, you know, the 3 AKs, great weapons for the long range. You know, typically, you don't see so many AK buys on the anti-eco, but it makes sense. You know, you have
especially if you're thinking for a B. Defending with that is just going to such a huge advantage as opposed to giving a bit more of an even playing field with the pistols on the mid ranges. So definitely smart stuff from fnatic there as they handily take this round. It's just Olaf Meister left, and don't expect much from him.
Not at all. Well, regarding what you just said, buying AKs on the second round, we don't see it too often, but then again, we don't see a team ST on train winning the pistol flawless. So they kept their armors and some grenades even. Yeah. So it was easier for them to justify buying AK financially. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised actually that Flusha decided to go for SMG. If he does go for that, he should be the one taking the kills, because that's going to gain him an addition of, I think, $600 compared to the $300 you get from a kill from AK.
Oh, there is Modi. Quick headshot there. Schneider as well, trying to hold that choke point, that CT connector, or the main connector there for the CTs, and Flusha coming with the flank, and wow, completely picked apart. LGB are having a hard time on train so far on the CT side. They're not loving life right now, but it's their time to turn it around. They've got AWP and Dennis there. They've got M4s. This is their time to really put the stop to the momentum of fnatic on T side. So here we have some grenades coming in over through T main. Modi's going to go for a quick pick. This could be really huge. I kind of like this actually. If he gets something really quickly and falls back, that's actually a huge value. But
he was visible for too many people at the same time there. He was like playing with fire literally. Didn't use the smoke as good as he should have, insulating himself towards one duel. Instead he had multiple targets at the same time. And statistically you should die at that point. He didn't have the luck he needed.
And look at this quick push here from Huiten, but some good Glock defense going to force him back before he can really do anything. And holding strong, and Huiten, you know, does fall back, so smart from him to make sure that he doesn't bite off too much more than he can chew.
But he could have taken a more passive approach to that scenario as well. He showed himself, but he should have known from his teammate in alley that the T's were indeed backing off there. So why didn't he take a more passive position, using the sound when they are around the corner? He just runs up and kills them basically, because all of them will kind of line up as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it's like fnatic now making their way through to Yard, and XM's there behind that barrel, gets a quick double.
About lining up.
Yeah, that was really, really nice from XM. Very easy stuff there. LGB, despite maybe getting a little bit greedy here and there, they did kind of rein it in just at the right time so that they were able to keep control of the situation. And actually, Huiten got a lot of information, at least, from what he did. And he only cost him like 80 health or so. So definitely a well-controlled round, and a very timely round picked up by LGB. It's now fnatic still have the money. They've got 5 AKs. Looks like they're going to go on a hard inner push here. They're going to flood in there. Quick kill on to Dennis there. That is really troubling. All the rotation coming in right now. They know it's coming very, very shortly here. That rush onto the B bomb site. Another player picked off. JW got some great spray action coming in. Devilwalk feeling the pain though there on the slope. Going to be spamming through the smoke. Great. Very, very well played round here from fnatic. I mean, straight off that opening kill, it was just ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and the decision they took from that was all in as well. They just went for it, which I liked a lot. The CTs were stuck in the connector or CT base in best case scenario. And it's definitely nice. I'm gonna look at the money situation now. I think they are relatively poor. Yeah, they are. So we're gonna see an eco now. Not a situation you want to be in after winning the first weapon round. Losing the second one is kind of disastrous. Inviting fnatic to get way more rounds than they should as T.
Interesting is Olaf going to buy as auto sniper and then a bunch of pistols here, 50-50s. So very interesting play coming from LGB, aggressive play coming from LGB, but it's not yielding anything at all. They got Modi to 2 HP, they got Flusha to 25, but no one dead. And Olaf Meister though still alive with his gun there, and Dennis, his sniper.
We see a lot of mistakes at the same time here from both of the teams. Starting with LGB. Okay, buying the sniper on train makes sense on eco round if one guy can afford it. If that person is good with the sniper rifle, of course.
Very nice.
But if you buy that, you need to make sure that your teammates, the people with the pistols, they need to stay alive. They need to give you the ability to take the shot. At that point, I think fnatic took over the yard, killed 3 members of LGB, went for bombs for B, but planted the bomb too early. I would have liked to see them waiting with the plant, hunting down the AWP. They finally got him though, but Dennis were able to save he was able to save an AK there, and that wasn't necessarily needed. That wasn't the best way of playing this round, I think. So we saw some errors from both of the teams.
So here now, things are looking quite interesting for both teams. They both have a lot of weapons. We see a FAMAS from Olaf Meister. So yeah, they're still feeling the economical pain here, and they really need to win this round so they can start swinging the momentum economically back in their favor at least, giving them some buffer. But here we go, fnatic going to be gunning down Flusher with a great bit of spray down there. Modi also chiming in, opening up the yard here as they make their way onto the bomb train. Modi, under the cover of the smoke, will get that plant, but Olaf Meister working the back with the FAMAS. He's going to get two there. That's really beautiful work there, but XM and Dennis are the last two standing for LGB, and there's 3 left for fnatic with the bomb down, so they must make this work. XM going to throw a HE there.
I think they would be better off saving now. Looking at the grenades, I think one of them has a smoke grenade though, but
XM believes. He believes, and he's going to pick off one, but still, I mean, it's such a hard situation like you said, and it's like, okay, they're going to back off now, so very smart. So great round there from fnatic for sure. They just got straight up on in that site and just got the bomb straight down. And we're seeing a lot of success coming in from fnatic when they're playing these really aggressive, very fast, very forward rounds. And as you know, you were alluding to that earlier, or rather elucidating on that earlier, that that's where they find some of their strength, and it's looking really good for them in that spot.
It does. But you can also question the fact that LGB is not able to take the precautions towards the aggressive rounds we're seeing from fnatic. For example, for the past 4 weapon rounds from fnatic, I think we have seen a fnatic member attacking main like instantly into the round.
Yeah, that's true.
So why are you not protecting yourself from that by throwing a lot of grenades there, or at least waiting for him, like aim for him? Now they're running around like lemmings on the Amiga game or something like that. They're like a bit everywhere at the same time. Surprisingly, from a game, from a team of this kind of caliber.
And they lost their support from main, which is really huge. And Olaf Meister with the mag. Oh, he's going to get 3, a triple with the mag. And it's just Witten to clean up with the M4 in the end there. But that was wonderful work, and that play got really just destroyed by LGB there. I mean, at first, fnatic lost their player on the main, which is really, I think, probably the most important player there, as he's going to provide a lot of cover and crossfire there. But other than that, Olaf Meister with the surprise mag. I don't think they expected to have to deal with such a feat of strength from Olaf Meister, and he managed to make that work. So now fnatic, I mean, they've been doing fantastically so far though on the T side, so they haven't anything to really fear at this point. But that alley attack didn't seem to go their way. So there we go, another push coming in, couple players on alley, much more simple, less grenades, just straight up on in with the kills. Witten there to defend, gets 1 spray, but he's going to run out of bullets, and there is the trade, as you were pointing out earlier.
fnatic is lucky now because the bomb is left in T base, so that's a big blunder by fnatic. If one of the fnatic members goes down now, I think we're going to see a lot of stressed fnatic players. Fortunately though, Flusha caught Dennis off guard in bomb spot B, and they're probably going to decide to go for that bomb spot. But yeah, we have a cool position here from one of the...
Yeah, XM is definitely in a nice position, but Devilwalk can read it. So played by Devilwalk, and that's going to be another round for fnatic. They are playing marvelously, and things are just... It's kind of a reverse of what we saw on Inferno so far, but it's way too early to really call it because Inferno was a 16-2. That is incredibly excruciating, very dominant indeed. And LGB still have loads of time in this.
They do indeed. And they have decided to buy now, which I'm not really agreeing with. They probably need a sniper rifle at this point. Obviously opening up the round by getting a frag on was...
Oh wow, great plays from Flusha. They're catching 2 players in the side. A perfect situation there. fnatic are so far surgically opening the A bomb site here, and there's 2 more players to deal with, but Devilwalk gonna tap his way to success as the bomb goes down. Modi getting that plant. There's 1 more around T-Sky there under the ladder. Now they know where Olaf Meister is. Schneider and Flusha looking at the same angle. This is going to be so hard for Olaf Meister to deal with. There comes the spray. That's quite a smart smoke in some senses. I'm not sure if Olaf Meister threw it, but
sooner or later he needs to leave that area.
He's really low. Oh wow, beautiful. They're catching Schneider, who's trying to ninja above, and Olaf Meister still has to deal with so many players. There's 2 more on either side. There's nothing he can do. He's going to get caught. There it is in the back end. Devilwalk to clean up. So fnatic still on a roll. They're not really losing their momentum. I mean, that round was a bit harder LGB put up more resistance, and Fnatic lost a few more players, but still, the money situation is very nice, and it's all about how LGB are really failing to find a way to deal with what Fnatic are throwing at them. They have no answers just yet.
Nope. And now they're forced to an eco round. An eco round, I think, in my opinion, they should have opted to go for the previous round instead of going for a few pistol and a few FAMASes. Because we're getting to a point in this game now, DDK, where Fnatic has a lot of money. They have the AKs, they have all the grenades, they even have snipers time to time. You cannot really think that if you're not able to kill them off with your own sniper and a few Colts and a lot of grenades, why would you be able to kill them with P250 FAMASes?
Right.
Of course, we saw some brilliant play from, I think it was Olaf, with the Mag 7 in alley. But realistically, how many times you're going to see that happening? Because, okay, he did a really great individual performance at that point, but also that was a failing on Fnatic's department.
Exactly, yeah. And you know, actually, Fnatic have been, with all this money they've had, it almost feels like they're not necessarily getting cocky, but very confident, and they are going very aggressive very much of the time without much of the way of coordinated, synchronized grenades. And now LGB is starting to catch onto it. They've been getting the picks here, and they do get the bomb down on B. That inner rush successful, but here comes the defense. Double wall picking off one. Quitten coming in with the spray, not able to find one. That's always very painful to miss so much. And now Dennis going to go up that ladder. This is a good position. He could really take some off guard. That smoke is well positioned to help him, but he will go down. And there is Fnatic with another successful defense. No retakes here for LGB. They are getting absolutely crushed at the moment on this first half.
You know, before we went into this game, we talked about two teams that kind of depend on momentum. We have seen one map now, Inferno, 16-2. And if this progresses the same manner it does right now, I think we're going to see 16-2 to Fnatic.
It does look like that. I mean, we'll guess we'll
and
see.
then we have to hope for a better Mirage game, right?
That is for sure. Mirage is such a fun map, though. I'm pretty excited to see what will happen there if we do go to that. And Fnatic, I love that they found their beautiful mag play from Quitten there. Almost robotic-like aim coming out from him. So precise. And Crims there with the FAMAS as well. LGB starting off the round well with some uncanny aggressions. However, there's a lot more to be done so far. 2 AKs alive for Schneider and Flusher, and the JWP. Schneider going to go around with the flash, and that's going to open up inner with Flusher as well. So there goes the bomb down. Fnatic really recovering very well from this round, but it's now a 3-on-3. But the weapon advantage, the defensive advantage, all for Fnatic. Here is the retake attempt, but it's not going well so far. The Fnatic are really hitting their stride. And here comes that scout. Beautiful there. Picks off one. Olafmeister trying to do the impossible. A quick second with the USP. He's still got an AK now, and he's got that USP in hand also, so he can do this, I believe. But does Olaf believe? There comes the spray. There's still loads of time. JWP, can he hit the shot? There's the no-scope. He misses it. Now he's trying to retreat with a knife, and there is Olaf. But there's
it's going to go down. No, he did survive indeed.
Almost.
See if he picks up the sniper.
Almost a brilliant scout clutch. Almost. But not quite. And yeah.
Seems to be a very versatile player, that guy. We saw some crazy pistol action from him on Inferno.
Yeah.
Now some sniping with the scout, and also some great rifle handling.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
Good player indeed.
Yeah, Olafmeister definitely.
And now we're looking again, them Fnatic being aggressive in main.
This is very aggressive here from JW. It's a nice angle though. And oh wow, Olafmeister, that is impressive there. JW even had it lined up. He just had to click fire first, and unfortunately Olafmeister got the better of him. So Olafmeister definitely, as you just pointed out, very versatile. Actually, something that he did some amazing defenses on the mid, on Inferno with the M4, and that was really, versatile for sure. So Olafmeister with the skills. So LGB right now trying to get their way back on the back of the performance of Olafmeister here. They're trying to find something to bring themselves back into this one. But Fnatic, you know, they've got so much money, they've got so many rounds, that they can that really fuels their confidence. They can really do whatever they want and feel like there's not much risk or consequence involved.
Certainly. I mean, you shouldn't waste rounds, but I guess they should continue to play it freely. Eventually, the CTs will find out a way to shut them down. But having 11 rounds, being up 11-4 going into CT, that must feel very assuring.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's almost like one of those situations where, I mean, everything has a cost. So you get the cost of having the free and comfortable mindset is the fact that you have a large buffer of rounds because you kind of earned them. So that then allows you to do crazier things. But it looks like Fnatic, I mean, they've been relying on a lot of aggression so far, but they are playing really, really fundamentally well together, and they've been taking sites well, they've been coordinating their defenses very well, and you can see what the result is. Whitten there with a quick kill on CT Sky, and another with the P250, but Schneider is going to chime in with that AK-47, can't quite handle being shot from 2 different angles at once there, has to fall back, Flash is coming in, misses the quick flick, but Schneider's there to make the trades, and that's going to be another round for Fnatic. That's going to be the half, and that was, again, beautiful coordination from the last 2 remaining Fnatic players.
Speaking about the train map, being T, planting the bomb in A, the outer bomb spot, I assume, having the ability to climb up on the CT tower, that's like the best position ever. If it was hard in 1.6 to protect yourself against Ts in the terrace tower, now having them above you when you're going down out the connector.
That's pretty hardcore, and here is the pistol round. Really, really, really important here for LGB to win this with the Glocks. The Glock train coming in strong through that upper, and actually, wow, Olofmeister, quick pick there, shutting down the alley, shutting down CD Spawn as well. Looks like Dennis is going to try to shut down that connector too. Not going to quite do it, but
bursted that away.
There. So LGB, this is very needed. They have to win this, and there it is, XM with the finishing frag. So this could be it. I mean, this could really stop the 16-2 kind of dominant situation from the first map that LGB had over Fnatic. And Fnatic doing that to them. But that's a long road we're looking at right now for LGB.
It is. Being a team captain of the Fnatic team here, I'm a little bit surprised that they are going for P250s and a high explosive grenade. Whereas they could have just kept the USBs 2 rounds in a row, collected enough money to buy a few AWPs and the proper weapons. It
does strike me as strange because you really need the AWPs here.
Yeah, it does. But then again, they may have a plan here. With the, I'm not sure when the bomb's gonna start to go down, they're gonna throw all the grenades on the actual bomb carrier. But there are obviously a few locations, so it's a little bit random still. Yeah,
here we go. LGB being very shy here about actually jumping onto the side. Got to make sure it's a committed play that actually has a chance to win here. And JW just entering the flank with 3, or is it going to be 3 sprays on with the AK? There is the 3rd. JW going absolutely crazy, trying to get the 4th. Schneider takes another one, and all the confusion, that kill opens up there as well. And all of a sudden Crimson's like, what the hell's going on? Manages to take down Schneider, and just about finishes the last one. That was
it was only 7 health, but JW did amazing, don't get me wrong. But maybe he went a bit over the top there. But it's a lot of panic going on at that moment. People are dying here and there, and he tried to find a safe spot. He hid it behind one of the barrels there.
Yeah,
and
he made a lot of confusion. He wanted to use it, I guess.
Exactly. But Crims was quite lucky there with the positioning JW took. So I guess we are wrong here. Money well spent.
Yeah, after that really worked out. I mean, the P250, you can with someone with a helmet, you can just one-shot them if you're close enough. So P250 just can be really scary in the right spots, and it's so cheap as well. What is it, like 350 or something?
250.
250. It's so cheap. And there you go. Olofmeister there with the AK-47, trying to find those heads there. Did we freeze
coming in,
or did we pause? Unsure as to what happened there, but either way, LGB definitely working their way back into this game. But Fnatic, after that crazy P250 bonanza, I don't know what to call it really, the shenanigans with the P250, they managed to really have a great impact on their monetary situation going to the next rounds, as well as hurting LGB, because it's kind of, it can be a psychological thing too, right? When you manage to just, I mean, when you're not taking rounds easily, when every round you take, you know, everyone has to almost everyone has to rebuy next round and rebuy and rebuy. That really, that's quite a lot of weight on your mind when that happens. A lot of pressure, because it feels like the other team is almost doing better than you, even if you're winning, because you're supposed to win with more weapons alive. That's not the ideal. So,
and a sign of that we see in Dennis here, with Dennis here having a Galil rather than an AK here, and if he survives with that, he will have that weapon in the 4th round, a very vital round. A round he normally would have an AK in. So in that sense, the way Fnatic can stimulate or ruin the economical growth for LGB, I guess, yeah, it did make sense after all, but that was mostly due to JW's individual performance.
Yeah, it's definitely quite interesting, and JW saved the day really because I mean, off the back of that, the confusion was created, and that allowed for more kills. As all of a sudden, it kind of went against the plan. When someone can come in from those blind spots, that can just completely destroy everything.
Right.
Because all of a sudden, like, you go in with, as like the first player in, you go in with the assumption, okay, the second guy's looking here, the third guy's looking there, and then when like the third guy dies, there's all of a sudden like there's a blind spot.
Exactly.
And then if you can take advantage of that, like
as CT at that point, and that's something we saw from the CTs. I don't remember whom it was, but the guy in the connector. As soon as JW, sorry, started to get his frag, stalking them from behind and from pop, the CTs just went out there and got their frags as well. So everything kind of collapsed for LGB. Fortunately, though, Creams were able to kind of kill JW off eventually, but closer than it should have been, of course.
Yeah, for sure. And
I think we're back on the server now.
Yeah, we're back on the server, guys. So we get back into the game, and or actually maybe not. We'll make this little technical issue resolve as quickly as we can, so we can bring you the action here. And so far, though, I mean, this is looking like it's gonna be a third map. We're looking like we're gonna see Mirage.
Definitely.
Because just to recap, if you just joined us, this is the September CS:GO Championship final here for the FACEIT Cup, and it looks like we're back in again. So there we go. We're on Olofmeister, and it's a 2 versus 3 situation. And LGB really need a lot of rounds.
And they need mistakes from fnatic, and that was something you saw from Flusha now. Being 3 versus 2, having the intel that the LGB players are actually very close to Bombs B, he shouldn't die. He should stay alive as long as possible and go for a retake. If that's even a better decision than taking the peak sometimes.
And Olofmeister's going to catch Devil Walk. It's now a 1 versus 2. Schneider's going to call from below. He's going to actually manage to take down Crims, though, bringing it back to a 1 versus 1, but Schneider's not so healthy.
No kit.
Olofmeister has the cover of smoke. Does Olofmeister know that there's no kit? Trying to find a kit, I think. And he realizes there is not one, and it's not a situation he wants to go with without the kit. So he's going to have to back away, save that weapon, and now it's going to be another round for LGB. So LGB are starting to bring themselves back into this slowly but surely. Things are starting to happen for them, but it's still a lot of rounds. They need another 7 to take the lead in a row. I mean, that's really a hard ask on the terrorist side. And money-wise, it still looks like we haven't, like, it's quite flimsy right now for both teams, quite fragile.
It is.
Any one round loss for either team really puts them in a situation where they need to eco some. So LGB is a tense time.
Yeah, obviously we shouldn't get stuck too much around the second round, JW round, we can call it, with the P250s. But starting to add up the cost for all these P250s. We have 2 of them right now, for example. On the later stage, DDK, we're going to see fnatic being forced to more ecos due to the fact they have been very generous to themselves, allowing them to buy P250 out of nowhere. Whereas the sensible decision may have just to go for a full eco, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely might not pay off in the end. The kind of longer term plan might be hindered.
Yeah, it's kind of like a symptom of being a bit too cocky after having a really strong terrorist side. But this can slip away. I mean, watching last weekend's SLTV tournament in Kiev, very games, they never gave up. They had some really bad sides, 11-4 versus NIP, for example. What happened there? I don't even think that they took it to overtime. They went back and winning 16-14 or something like that. Yeah, so that was quite amazing.
That's the thing, you got to always have that never say die attitude. And anything can happen in this game. So there's the bomb planted by LGB, so things are off to a fantastic start here. It looks like we're going to see fnatic losing maybe 2 or 3 rounds in a row. They're going to be forced to eco after this, I believe. So LGB so far, they haven't dropped a single player. And it's, there's Crims going down. It's so important for them not to lose any more weapons here. They need to really hammer hard that economical advantage going forwards, as Flusha is just chilling over at CT spawn and just trying to go for the save. And do you think that it's worth hunting him and risk losing a player here?
Totally, totally. The money doesn't matter for LGB at this point. Okay. They need all the rounds. For them, at this point, it doesn't matter the way they're winning the rounds. That's really, like, in some very unique situation, that will make a difference. But normally, when you're playing the catch-up game, it's all about to ruin your opponents, the CT team, the fnatic teams, their economical situation here. So they should, as soon as they plant the bomb, securing all the spots where CT can flank them from, and making sure that there's not a ninja diffuse going on. they should just run after them.
Gotcha,
We even like to see them switching to knife and just run after them. Even if there's like a 5% likelihood that they will get the frag, still worthwhile, because why they cannot save the money into Mirage. They cannot put the money in the pocket. They just need to invest as much as possible to win all the rounds, and doing it in a way they're killing all the Fnatic members.
So it's kind of like one of those situations where it's high desperation, high risk, like really hard task. So you got to go all out and take everything you can get. And now Snyder going to go for some spam, but not really going to find much. It's looking like a round where they need to save, and a round again where it looks like LGB are going to be in the position where they're going to have to hunt for some CTs, hunt for some Fnatic players, as the Fnatic players try to save. So we're going to go into not you know, bomb and defuse, but rather some cat and mouse right now. And looks like they're going to pick Ali to set up a defensive fortress. It's almost like a little bit of a mini game going on here as they try to survive the terrorists who hunt them down. And here comes Olofmeister. He's going to find them. There comes the grenade. Olofmeister knows they're there, and he's going to go down. So good defense there from the remaining Fnatic players. However, they still have to hold on to this lead. It's something that it looks like a somewhat substantial lead, but it can slip away just as easily as it was gained. And
I don't understand why Fnatic decides to go for the buy here. Look at the rifles they're having.
And a mag on JW. JW does love that mag. He's kind of a glass cannon in some ways, JW. He just goes for it. Kind of a...
It's like an Unreal Tournament flag cannon. He just shows up and kills everyone, basically.
Yeah.
But he needs some luck. Not only luck and skill, being seated with the mag 7, but also you have to capitalize on the failure and the bad positioning from the terrorist to actually make damage with this weapon. Yeah. Particularly on a map like Train, a map with many open locations, long distance duels. So I don't know really.
Yeah, it's very hard. I mean, you have to justify the investment, and the justification has to be a high, like somewhat high likelihood on a return on that investment. Otherwise, it's just quite pointless.
Yeah, the only return on investment by buying now is obviously to win the round, not to trying to catch up on the money game, because that's not important. It's not essential for Fnatic at this point. It's all about getting the 16th round in need to take this into Mirage.
And there is the bomb plant, and Fnatic are going to go for the retake. They're all somewhat close, but the positioning for the Fnatic players is not the best. Devilwalk has a good spot, though, and they actually, through the crossfire, through the madness, through the chaos, they do get the cleanup and the defuse. So Fnatic with a very, very quick and wonderful retake there. And LGB, it's tough to lose any round here, but they did at least get enough of a buffer for the economical game that they can buy again and not have to.
Yeah, they would be fine throughout the game no matter what. But anyway, kind of a poor execution of the after-plan situation being LGB at that point.
Yeah.
They got killed in the back, and they shouldn't end up in such situation. They should take more safe position. One good example is obviously to climb up the ladder and take the high position. That kind of protects you from pretty much everything.
And here comes a quick push outside. Devilwalk instantly destroyed there. And Huitin going to throw down some smoke to get that cover for the plant. Some flashes there onto the connector. Huitin covering Pop. He's got the back covered. The bomb looks to be planted right now. And there it is. We've got two players coming from CT main, but the smoke did well, the flash did well, and Huitin's got the back, so this is going to be a really hard retake. You can see a great spread from LGB, an absolutely amazing spread from them.
I don't think that frag helped Fnatic, because I think we're going to, again, we're going to lose the afterplant situation here.
Here we go. There goes Huitin. He's going to go peek up from the Pop Dog train, and now creeping on the side. Has to hit this shot, and he doesn't manage to make it. Flusher going to get the kill, but so low. So low health.
Oh no, Dennis.
And there's Dennis. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't matter though.
Here we go.
But anyway, to elaborate on what I just said, is that the frag Fnatic got there, putting the situation to a 3-on-3 situation, that actually played in LGB's favor. Because even if it was a 3-on-3 situation, LGB at this point, compared to the previous round, they had amazing positions. So even if they were in a 3-on-3 situation, it was kind of like written in stone that they would be the winner of that round.
Oh, yeah.
And when from Fnatic's perspective, getting that kind of entry frag on the retake made them think, okay, there is a chance we can win this round. If I was behind the team at that point, or in the team speak, I would tell them, like, save it. Even in a 3-on-3 situation. They had a sniper, they had 2 M4A1s, and looking at the money situation, they probably would have enough for a full buy here in the 25th round. Now they're going to be forced to an eco, maybe even 2 ecos, if I know my math right. So yeah, that actually helped LGB, kind of ironically, because they lost a member, but that made Fnatic take a decision that wasn't the right one.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually always an interesting one. Actually, I see similar things in Quake as well. You let the opponent, like something look like a mistake, when in reality it gives them the confidence to do something they otherwise wouldn't have done, which is the only way you can get at them. And that's the kind of mind games that can really be abused on the really, really top level.
Totally.
And you even spoke of a similar situations previous to this, but we're back in. Again, we had a quick pause there. It's 14-10 the scoreline. LGB chasing the lead that Fnatic has. They're 4 rounds behind. Whitten going to go down there, it seems. JW again with some quick push action through the team main, but the trade does come though. And pistols for Fnatic. It's going to yield some rounds for LGB. And here we have the anti-eco still very defensive with the posturing. And we have a couple players working their way with the bomb towards B. So a really huge spread here from Fnatic, and you would think maybe with the pistols they'd be a bit more, they'd be converging a little bit as a team in a location to try to overpower 1 or 2 players, steal a weapon or 2, but they're very spread.
They managed to get a kill though, but Olof has done his homework right here. He's hiding that weapon, making sure that Fnatic cannot find it and save it into the next round.
Yeah, very important. Great little reaction there. And now it's very clear to Fnatic exactly what LGB are doing. Moving through into the yard once again. Outside site is taken. The bomb goes down. And with the pistols, the best they can be hoping for really is exit frags, I suppose, or something similar like that, because there's no way they're going to get defused. So there is, though, the systematic takedown of all those players for Fnatic. LGB, 1 more round. It was just eco, though. Fnatic looks like they're going for the buy now. M4 on Schneider, FAMAS on Flusher. So the money situation is not the best for Fnatic as they're buying.
I think
for FAMAS.
I would go as far as saying that they should have saved this round as well. 4 FAMASers, grenades of course, 1 kit, but overall it's not the rifles they must have really to beat LGB at this point, having all the grenades in the world and also the AKs, of course. And
Modi's in a tough position here. I mean, he kind of gave away upper there, and he doesn't really have the right weapon for this range. He doesn't. I mean, the FAMAS is not really going to tackle an AK very well. He's going to be losing out on positioning as well. Modi's really vulnerable here, I feel like. And
right, but still, DDK, I think Modi is a player I personally at least can entrust with FAMAS. He would be able to get 2 kills, and that's the kills he kind of need to enable his teammates to do a successful retake. We're seeing LGB wasting some smoke grenades, and kind of the intel Fnatic has to take from that is either that, like, the attack will not combi, because how can they attack there without the smokes?
Yeah, and actually Modi is gonna, it looks like he's gonna be safe as the push comes through onto the upper site here, onto the A-bomb side that is, and here we go, Flusher with some great play. Look at all the blue on the screen. Fnatic are cleaning house with the FAMAS, so it looks like that risk of just going full FAMAS instead of the wipe did pay off. I mean, maybe it was a lower percentage play, but it worked out for them.
It did indeed. And LGB, to comment on their decision strategically there, I don't understand why they threw the smokes there. The only sensible way I would see them justifying that would be that the remaining Ts would rotate there and do another smoke push. But that was just a silly fake.
And there comes the spray down. The Molotovs, the rush through to upper was pretty much picked apart by the defense there, but there is some players alive, and Dennis is going to take a quick headshot onto one of Fnatic's players, but Whitten's the last man standing with the bomb. He is going to go down. There it is. The final score 16-11. So Fnatic going to take it. And that means we're going to go to Mirage Decider. So that's very interesting stuff. We've seen some highs, we've seen some lows when speaking of Fnatic, but also LGB, because Inferno was 16-2. If you missed that, Fnatic got absolutely destroyed on Inferno, and then we moved on to Train. And I mean, off of that pistol round, I think they won the pistols on the terrorist side after losing the knife round. And getting their opponents to pick CT,
right?
They managed to take.
I think they opened up 5-0, then 5-1, and yeah, eventually 12-3 was it?
I think maybe. I'm not sure actually. There's either 3 or 4 rounds for RGB. But either way, it was a very strong performance from Fnatic on Train. So now we're going into kind of even territory on Mirage. A map that's considered to be very balanced in CSGO. It's a very, very well-loved map, it seems, at this point in CSGO as well. I'm quite looking forward to seeing some Mirage action.
Definitely.
And Anything you want to say about Mirage or Fnatic or GB?
I predict my Fnatic to be a bit stronger than LGB here, and not only speaking about Mirage, but also having the momentum from winning a map compared to losing a map. LGB, if LGB at this point would have been an experienced team, NIP, VG, Astana, they wouldn't necessarily give a damn about the fact that they just lost the map. They would just go into this map as a new thing, right? So my prediction is this: if LGB manage to win the pistol round here, they are a possible contender to win Mirage and the game. If Fnatic open up to winning the pistol round, I see them winning this map, Mirage, very easily.
What do you think lies in the strengths? Like, what are the strengths? What makes Fnatic a better team here than LGB in your mind? Because you know,
I think a little bit more experienced.
Okay.
I do think so, yes. And also Mirage has been one of the maps where they've been able to beat a bunch of really good teams, like tier 1 teams.
Okay. So actually, because sometimes, you know, if we have, like, let's say, more casual viewers, someone who's not, let's say, super involved in esports or even anything competitive at all, what kind of things do you think, like you say, experience? And so what parts of, you know, of that, let's break it down a bit, like what really gives you an edge on experience? Like having played more tournaments and competitions and stuff, you know, what does that mean as an advantage for Fnatic? How does it manifest itself?
Oh, now you put me in the seat here. I think it kind of drills down to the fact that you're able to tackle the kind of hormones, whatever, the substances in your body that makes you take radical decision that doesn't make sense. Stress, basically.
Yeah.
They can fall back more on their, again, using the word experience, but that kind of means that the decisions they're making them not affected by the stress from a potential loss. Basically, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist or a psychologist. Good pronunciation. But that's kind of how I define experience when it comes to esport and CS particularly.
There's actually like a term, well, in psychology, like neuroplasticity, where it's like this concept where, if you like keep putting yourself in a situation, which is like what experience is. It's like your brain starts to think, oh, you know, like, okay, the first time like you do something scary, oh my god, it's scary. But the second time you do it, it's like your brain's like, I didn't die. It's like, so like the stress is constantly decreasing.
Exactly.
I think that's like kind of like the point you're making there. And
I mean, I recall really my first experience playing officially. This was a nonsense game, 2000, probably 2000, Counter-Strike. It was probably before HLTV, so no one even watched the game. It was us just being put in a situation we know that this score either going to mean that we're going to qualify to tournament, or we're just going to have a red numbers on a website, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just couldn't deal with the stress, you know. I panicked. I took so many weird decisions. Things happened in my body I cannot explain. But throughout time, through experience again, you're kind of getting used to how to deal with this. You do.
It's true. It's really true. Actually, that's like another reason why, like, if you're someone who wants to get into competitive games, because I mean, I can quickly like tell you my story as well, because I think everyone who played competitively has that story when they first played a competition. Because I remember playing one. I think it was my first match was against Kilson, who was like, he's a
German Quaker,
yeah, he's like really, really good. And he was like the second best in Germany at the time. And it didn't even matter who like I was playing him, because I knew I wouldn't win. But I was like shaking really bad.
Yeah.
And like
when that started happening, I guess you know.
Yeah, I couldn't move my mouth anymore. It's like, it's incredible. But then the more that you play, like the adrenaline like eases off. And you're like, okay, it's cool.
Right. I think there was a ESWC event back in like very early days of Counter-Strike, like 2003 or something. They actually put like those heart rate monitors on the players.
2003 or 4, yeah.
And I think the heartbeat on some of the players went up to above 200. So esports, sports, I don't know, like what kind of defines that? Because the stuff that this bloody game does to your body kind of shows that it's excites you in the same level as a sport can do. Less physical actions, but nevertheless a game of the mind, and the mind is very powerful.
Oh god, yeah, it really is. And I mean, this, you know, our platform, FACEIT.com, you know, this is a great place to play tournaments and try to like ease off those tournaments, because I know that there's a lot of players out there and that have, I mean, in StarCraft 2 people talk about it, like the ladder anxiety thing. I think it can be quite similar. That concept is the same in like playing competitions. Right. Like you don't, I don't know, there's a lot of things that play there psychologically speaking, but just get out there and play tournaments, because the more you play, like the better it feels, and like you actually have to grind it. Got to grind that feeling, or those horrible feelings away. So you can get on FACEIT.com. We've got tournaments running all the time, and of course we've got the weekly qualifiers. And I mean, This week we had BZSX beating N Faculty, the first qualified team to take down an invited team. Could be you next time. So if you want a chance to play against the big dogs, then that's an amazing tournament for you to play. This Saturday qualifiers. So get on that and get playing some. And
start somewhere.
Yeah, that's so true. And like back when we were playing and stuff, it's like so hard to like you have these online brackets at best. And even in
lucky kids today.
Yeah, I know, right? It's so
in
crazy.
This digital generation where we kind of had to create our own game, basically.
Yeah, it's really funny actually because I don't know if you've ever followed the fighting game community.
But a fair bit. We do have fighting players in Fnatic.
Oh, okay. Which games does Fnatic
Mortal
support?
Kombat in what's the other game? Injustice. Perfect Legend is the player, by the way.
Oh yeah, I know of him. Yeah. Okay, is it just that?
Yes.
Okay,
that's about it.
So in fighting games, if you were like a fan of fighting games and you're trying to watch online or whatever, it was actually really hard to get information because the fighting game community is like really weird. Because I mean, it dates back so far, and it's all about like the kind of LAN events for them and like the arcades and various
like Evo
events.
and stuff.
Exactly, and they didn't really have the digital side thing because I mean, people didn't really play in that kind of format. It was all at the live events and all these little communities. So if you wanted to try and find brackets, it was almost impossible until like 2 years ago. As like you just couldn't find brackets online. They would just do everything with paper at the event, and that was it.
That's hardcore.
So maybe you get like a picture from a phone or something. Like, I mean, but it's really interesting how things have changed, but how much more we can facilitate competition now. But we do have this is the deciding map between, of course, LGB and fnatic, and we witnessed an interesting train match, an interesting Inferno match, but Mirage is going to be the decider. That's what it's all going to be down to, and I'm really looking forward to this. Are we at the pistols yet? What's going on?
I believe we should see a knife round coming up.
All right.
And of course, we're seeing the somewhat new Mirage from the version of Mirage we have seen in other online tournaments. And this obviously is a cause of the recent implementation or agreement between the tournament organizers. And I guess Valve and a few pro teams to go for the maps that is actually played on matchmaking and such.
Yeah, definitely. So,
in my opinion, though, I think the previous Mirage, the one we have seen recently, not this one, is a little bit better though. But obviously, hopefully, the Valve developers are able to improve this map because I do see some flaws in it right now.
Do you think that there should be a organizational body that controls tournaments? Let's say has a standardized rule set, a standardized map pool, and do you think that's good for the game, or should there be?
100% yes. I'm surprised one such doesn't exist already, but that's kind of a failure on our end as well, being an organization, a team, a professional team. So that's kind of a discussion we kind of have to have internally. Using our players, they are the experts indeed. These are the people we have to kind of satisfy when it comes to having proper rules in the name of fair play and such. Yeah. And then take the discussion with the tournament organizer. But there's always kind of a balance as well. The tournament organizers sometimes care more about the production value. Sometimes they care more about the sponsors, how visual the sponsors are, rather than experience for any given player. You know. Yeah. So there's always a balance, and I think we need to find some boundaries in between the two of us, organizations and organizers. But definitely, DDK, I think such one should be in place. I mean, yes, 2013 eSport hasn't been around for so long, but we're reaching a point where a lot of people are making a lot of money. People are investing tons of time into these games. You know, it's a multi-billion industry. So yeah, we have been surprisingly slow on that. So we need to speed that process up.
It does feel better though, like being someone who's been around, has like seen it grow year to year, and seen like the many lows. There are many, and almost at some points felt like there could only be more lows. It's really encouraging in the last year and 2 years to see how things are
like only
improving.
like 3 or 4 years.
We are actually getting there.
I kind of envy I kind of envy the pro gamers of today. A little bit. It's kind of weird to say that, but how much bigger it is today.
I agree.
Tournament-wise, exposure-wise.
Better internet.
Better internet.
I mean, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. Instead of seeing there with what is it, US Robotics 56 kilobit modem or something like that.
Yeah, the 56K.
Back in the days.
We're going to turn this into a nostalgia stream if we're not too careful.
Yeah, we bore these kids out there.
Yeah, it's like, in my day, back in my day. Oh my god. Right, so we're just waiting for the pistol round to commence. As the over with. And if you're someone that hasn't really seen much Counter-Strike before, the knife round it may look strange, it may look weird that we have 10 players trying to knife each other, but it's the tradition of picking sides in Counter-Strike, and of course it's what it looks like. The team that has that doesn't get eliminated gets to choose the side that they start on, because some sides have maybe a little bit more bias than others, as far as, or rather a bit more advantage than others. But here we have LGB starting off on CT and fnatic as Terrace. And fnatic looks like they're going to go for a split here. They've got a couple players, they've one on T-slope, one on A house, and they've got 3 on mid. So not super committed just yet into any play. Looks like they're waiting for a pick of sorts.
Yeah, it seems like they're going for the picks now rather than planting the bomb. You see the bomb being stuck in the base as well. This is quite a fail from fnatic so far. I don't think they have a lot of thought, a lot of preparation going into this round. It felt like they just came up with this idea during freeze time, basically.
And LGB basically just, it looks like they saw exactly what they were going to do, and they just kind of met them at mid for a duel, and they kind of just won. So LGB going to win this pistol round, and things are off to a fantastic start there. But fnatic might have something up their sleeves with the pistol rounds, perhaps. But pistols seem very difficult on this map to do anything. I mean, it's very difficult on any map to get.
Yeah, but even more on this for whatever reason, I think.
I mean, B house is like kind of a non-option. You can't really do much there. You can see the rush coming from quite a way, and it's such a horrible spot to jump down from. And there's such amazing angles for the players on the CD players with their rifles on A as well. It's just very, very tough. You have no advantage on mid. It's definitely tough. So let's see what they're doing. Are they trying to boost on mid there? It looks like they are trying to boost into CPL.
Yeah, but to elaborate a bit further on the pistol round on Mirage, especially being T. Okay, let's say you get the kills you need to get into a bomb spot A, let's say. Then you need to plant the bomb as well. One grenade's gonna make a lot of damage. And the area where you can plant the bomb on this map is fairly limited compared to other maps. You cannot really hide behind any box or something like that. So even if you are successful in taking over a bomb spot, then you need to plant the bomb.
And here's Crims. Looks like he's going to try to peek, and there he does see Modi. A bit of
so passive.
Almost. Yeah, they're giving some respect. I mean, it's fine. I guess they have the long-range advantage, so it's all right. And still, fnatic are yet to make much of a move. And, safe plays like this are encouraging to see. I mean, sometimes it can be not annoying necessarily, but you want to see the teams making the logical, safer choices, high percentage plays. And there's Crims lagging out, coming back just in time to make the kill happen. So Crims is lag very, very friendly to him.
Maybe it's that US robotic modem again.
Yeah, my lag is much more malicious to me.
So we saw fnatic buying a few pistols, whereas some of the members, Modi included, he was stuck with a Glock. Now it's the other way around. The members of fnatic that didn't buy a more powerful pistol during the eco round, they're buying it now instead. This is an inconsistency I cannot really agree with. I think all of them should buy at the same time to maximize the chance to strike some headshots and get the bomb planted. So strategically, a lot of mistakes from fnatic at this point.
And here we go, Crims with a pretty easy defense with his teammates there. Not much to say about that eco round. And as you say, I do very much agree with you that the kind of half measures, like a couple, it's
the Russian way of playing 1.6. Like you see, at least you expect your opponent. Yeah, you knew that they had an eco. Russians, or one of them at least, would have a deagle. Mostly all of them, but every damn round they would have a deagle.
It's very much like. For example, a quick example from StarCraft, it's all about investment. And in StarCraft, the example would be if you're making like a timing attack, your build should be tight enough that you don't have the money to expand at that point, but you don't focus on economy and an attack because both will be weak at that time. I mean, you need to go with an investment that makes sense. And as you say, that investment doesn't really seem to make sense, but we'll see how things pan out here. We have LGB playing pretty well so far. fnatic, it's early days for them, so LGB are definitely not indomitable by any means. So it looks like LGB, they push some angles. They realize, I think, that it's kind of all about mid and B so far, but fnatic have yet to really make a commitment somewhere. And it looks like we can see, as the spectators from the map, that they are pushing back around T-spawn all the way back to the A house and the A slope, the T slope there. And Schneider is the lead with the AK.
And one of the flaws we're seeing in this round now, just looking at Schneider, he has to look around each and every corner, which is kind of halting their attack losing the timing. Fortunately, though, they're able to kill off 3 LGB members there, but still, fnatic, just for the sake of perfection here, fnatic should probably have kept one guy in this hole, the side holes of bomb spot A, all the time, to kind of speed up the process of reaching a point where you can start throw the flashbang and initiate the attack.
I found it a little bit interesting there. I don't know if this, I don't know what you think about this, but LGB, they had, I think maybe it might have been Whitten actually, who he pushed down T-slope fairly early into the round when fnatic were kind of postured around mid and B, and he didn't really see anything. And it feels like there are a lot of situations where you have kind of missed reads or forced reads, so then they're kind of making that, they're going to change their positioning up a bit. And so then fnatic kind of, they came around and they kind of hit quite hard, and it felt like they hit hard in a spot where LGB were kind of a little bit out of position.
Definitely.
They had kind of positions, but not the ideal kind of spots, because they were like
Totally. And the way fnatic managed to put LGB in such situation was their ability to abuse the connector. That is an area that as soon as your teammate is starting to call like, oh, I cannot protect the connector anymore, then you're starting to doubt your own position, because you can get flanked from each and every direction of that bomb spot A. So I think that actually what happened, and I think it was JW approaching that area. So great play from him. Something we didn't see from our perspective, but now recalling what we saw from the overview, he did some decent damage from that position, enabled his teammates to just kill people from the back, basically.
Yeah, it definitely seemed quite strong, and that's the kind of fnatic that we want to see, because it seemed very cutthroat, very cold, very harsh play without any hesitation, and in they go once again. But great positioning with the AWP. Dennis picking off one, slowing down the aggression, giving more time for his teammates to get in there, and that's exactly what's happening. Now it's Modi, he's stuck there at T-slope, there's nowhere to go, and great halting action there from LGB, stopping that aggression, and fnatic unable to do much there. LGB are playing pretty damn strong at the moment on Mirage so far, and Exum actually with a mag there, interestingly.
Right, he seems to go for that a lot. Even that kind of contradicts what I said earlier. But with the money situation they're having, LGB that is, losing this round, they should still, with 8.3, if they save a few rifles, they should be able to do another buy. That's kind of the German way of playing CS 1.6 at one point. They went for no head armor, for example, rounds. Yeah, that's so in that aspect, it can make sense.
I started to see that a lot from the CT side. I guess, you know, there's no... The AK is going to kill you in one shot anyway, so...
Unless it's through a box or something like that.
Yeah, so interesting stuff. And we have a slower round from fnatic as they kind of set up in mid. They've taken control over mid at the moment. I mean, they did lose... LGB did lose Dennis. I think he's been playing with a lot of AWP for LGB as well. And so far, this is a really tough spot for LGB. What do? I mean, they're stuck in this position where they've got not enough men really to cover properly any position. And an A attack could be really devastating if fnatic get a quick entry kill. You can see JW edging around the corners, gaining a lot of information here. And now he's going to be able to maybe even get in deep on the action, as there does seem to be some kills traded as they make their way through to A. And they've done enough of a job, but still there's one player at CT spawn who is very problematic. But JW also a problem, but he goes down straight away. That's really important that they kill JW. And wow, LGB cleaning up. fnatic looked really good in that round. But
they did. Compared to the previous successful weapon round we saw from fnatic, where JW kind of went in the connector in a way that, that he utilized in a way that his team members can just knock on the door and be invited to bomb spot A, killing the defenders in the back. In this round, the round we just saw, JW, his timing was completely off. Yeah. He should have went for the A defenders. Now he ended up in a position he had to kill off the rotating players from B. Even if we were to kill them, CTs would know exactly where he is anyway, so timing was off.
And what do you think about this? XM just rushed up middle with a P90. He got a kill, but I mean, they are on pistols, and he gave away a P90. I mean, P90s are can be scary sometimes.
It's kind of a bit to taunt his opponent, I guess.
To be honest, when I was mixing with LGB, they were just running around with P90s in matchmaking. So they do seem to love the whole kind of like 1.3 style of play, like MP5 bunny hopping around. This feels like kind of what it reminds me of. The carefree approach to Counter-Strike. And
now we're reaching kind of interesting point mid-game here, round number 8.
Another mag for
fnatic has, as far as I'm concerned, DDK, played a lot of A rounds. Taking over middle, rotating to A. that is something that LGB has in their minds right now. They kind of expect Fnatic to go B. And how do you counter that, being the T team that has somewhat been failing attacking A, only having, I think, a total of 1 round here. We cannot see it on our roll. Yeah, 1 round. So what I'm saying here is LGB kind of expects a B push here, and that is something Fnatic knows. But what kind of decision do you make out of that?
And it does look like they're going for it. They have a split going on here, but and they have wasted a lot of grenades from LGB. Brilliant pick from JW. That makes all the difference there. They still know that there is one by the car. I think they know that Olofmeister is there, but there he is making his position known. And Fnatic have to make this happen really fast, because if they don't, it's so hard to retake. I mean, you need to get the bomb down really fast on B so you can get it set up. Otherwise, it's very difficult. You can just never get it down almost. And JW, he did all the work with that opening kill, the entry kill, but he's still got a lot more to do by himself because his teammates weren't able to help him. And here comes around the corner XM, but the mag, showing you why he does buy that mag. And to be honest, he's using it in good spots. XM definitely a very interesting player. Modi now, the last man left for Fnatic. He's got 21 health. He's going to drop that bomb straight on the B bomb site. Here comes XM though around the corner. Surely he's going to get this. There it is with the headshot. XM with the mag, going to switch it over for an AK, for an AWP. And
great investment.
Yeah.
Not only is he not wasting too much of his own money, he's getting more money per every kill he gets, and by surviving with it, enable him to pick up an AWP now.
Yeah.
And he rebuys
the mag.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Do you think, I guess, I mean, the mag is actually a really good weapon. Do you think there's a very significant justification to buy that mag, or do you think it's a little bit of just a stylistic choice over an efficient choice?
If you play against a terrorist team on the highest level, they should have enough flashbang to kind of neutralize you, where you have to depend on the spray. You can only maybe kill one if you're playing against a really strong team that has their shit together timing-wise, grenade-wise.
And here we go. We have Fnatic just straight in. They've had enough, and they're straight in on A. And XM went down just... And this is what, I mean, you were saying before, I mean, beautiful headshot there from Dennis with the AWP, but he's going to be overwhelmed surely. This Modi and Schneider just left for the Fnatic side, and surely Dennis is going to have a hard time. He switches for the M4. He can make this happen with that silenced M4. He's going to go around the corner, but he's going to get flanked. Good coordination from Fnatic can make all the difference here, and there it is. So Fnatic, it's like they snapped. They got angry, and they just rushed up the T-slope, and then they took the site. It was as simple as that.
Playing in the same pace they did it on Train, right? Very aggressive, early peaks, going for the aim-based approach. But anyways, like, I need some thinking whether it's worthwhile to buy the Mag 7 or not. Because there are like pros, but there are also a lot of cons to that decision. And I think with the money situation they're having, or did have at least, he should have been going for M4A1 or M4A4.
And it looks like Fnatic were able to open up the A bomb site once again. As you were saying, the A bomb site is their site of choice, and they've just got Olofmeister left to deal with. And there's no way he's going to try to do a 1 versus 4 here. There's just no way. He's going to try and save that, I guess, over at the T spawn area. Maybe get some exit kills, get a good position for some exit kills, where he's not too exposed. And meanwhile, the Fnatic players are just dancing around, chilling, waiting for that bomb to detonate, and maybe seeing if they can pick off Olofmeister here. And there, Olofmeister going to get found there. I'm surprised that Olofmeister was in that kind of position, but I guess he's going for the exit frags. But
he did. But when you do so, you have to be kind of convinced that you're able to get the kill at least.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't seem so sneaky there either. There's a lot of good spots that he could be above even, which would be a really nice spot or something like that. But
right
in the open there.
And with the game mechanics of CS:GO, you're kind of in favor being the peaker, the one that is not waiting for someone. So bad positioning, I say, and also bad decision making. Because look at the inventory of LGB now. 2 snipers indeed, but
2 scouts.
Also 3 pistols.
The maniest of guns. 2 scouts. Devilwalk with the plant on B. This is maybe the first solid plant they're going to make on B, but to be fair, it is in a round where LGB are somewhat compromised when it comes to weaponry. Their arsenal is found wanting, is found lacking, and Flush is just around the A site, trying to just clean up any players. Some good action coming in there, nice headshots from Flusher, and that's going to be the round for Fnatic. So Fnatic are actually coming back into this off of the strength of their really hard rushes, very simple, aggressive, aim-based rushes. They are bringing themselves back into this game. of course, this is the deciding map between these two teams, LGB and fnatic. And on the other side of the bracket, we have Very Games. So it's likely one of these teams to play against Very Games. And oh my god, Dennis just got dinked through the wall there at CPL. That's really beautiful play there from fnatic.
I could be wrong here, but it seems like the timing or the spawn locations rather on Mirage with the new version kind of ruins the time window the CT has to get into that position. Because it felt like Dennis didn't expect anyone to be on the right-hand side, and it was, and it lost him down to 3 HP.
Yeah, I think you're completely right, actually. And there goes the bomb down. What are you going to plant that? He's got no health left, though, and it's just flusher to accompany him. But they might be able to do it. Dennis does have an AWP. He was the guy that got dinked at CPL, so he's low. Yeah,
Crims is on 2 health as well, so...
It's good work. And oh, there you go. It's both down instantly. That's going to be a round for LGB. And yeah, I think you're completely right about the travel times. It's really hard for the CT AWPer in that spot.
Or maybe he just had the worst spawn position and he failed a bit on the movement.
Yeah.
That could also be the case, but what do we know?
It does seem like this is I think this is a great map though to play dynamically with as the AWP player, like based on your spawn, because there's actually, I mean, there's a lot of like nice long range angles to cover mid, and also like if you don't get the perfect spawn for CPL, you've got some great options going into A, and so it's quite an interesting thing to think about. I mean, I'm not by any means a top level AWPer, but it'd be interesting to hear the perspectives of some of the AWP players, how to optimally play the AWP.
Prominent Mirage sniper players are obviously people like, let me name drop a bit. Actually, one you really should look out for is Dalpan. He's really good on Mirage. He knows the angles, he knows the timings, and he also seems to have a lot of insights how his opponent snipers are playing as well.
Okay, yeah, that's a huge aspect for sure.
Mind ghosts.
Mind ghosts. I love it. I love it. All right, so Crims is holding that connector here. He might spot Schneider. Oh, he turns his back to Schneider at the worst possible moment. Unfortunate there for Crims. But that's going to be another round for LGB. fnatic are losing grip on the momentum they once had, and they're going to be losing the... They must be hard-pressed for money soon.
Yeah, this should be the last round fnatic is able to buy.
Yeah.
Look at the money situation.
And just 2 rounds left in this. Yeah. Hard choices here for fnatic. And this is, again, the deciding, this is match point for both teams. It's going to be hard times ahead for fnatic now, if they do lose this round.
Yeah, it's a quick B2 split coming in, but it will not be successful when 2 members are already dropped from fnatic.
Devilwalk able to take down Olofmeister. Huiten there, very nice position. Huiten could be really painful here for fnatic if he's able to get his position. Okay, they do discover his position. He takes down one anyway, though. And it looks like Huiten, with the combination of his teammates, they are going to be able to retake that site. And Bs can be so hard sometimes. If you don't get on B very fast, the rotation just murders you sometimes. It's really rough. I can see why fnatic have been biasing A a lot. Also, you can get stuck in the B house quite easily. It's a tough site to take. And I guess that's why a lot of teams like to take mid over to really stop rotations and so on. But right now, it's all about LGB, and fnatic on the last round are going to be able to buy here. Let's see what they're able to accomplish with the Galils and the AKs, or the single Galil. Actually, straight up that T-slope into A. Flusher, though, on the Cat is going to be able to take down one, and this is incredibly important there. Flusher, really important for his team to come from that angle, to cut down players from that angle and create the crossfire, but it's not enough. Huiten able to take him down, and LGB going to take that half very convincingly, 11-4. And what are you thinking about as far as fnatic now? I mean, you have to be a bit disappointed with that half. They're looking at a very hard road, but what should they be thinking about now?
Well, all in on the pistol round. It's super important, again, for the 4th time. But overall, it felt like fnatic had somewhat of a comeback going on.
They did,
mid-game, like between like 6th to 11th round or something like that. But yeah, they kind of failed to deliver. This round going to be crucial, to say the least.
And here is the very standard pistol tactic, the B house rush. Bomb down. LGB are doing really well here. They got that bomb down. This is really a great start for them on this half, but they're 11-4 up. It's fnatic that need the great start. They've got so much work to do. Flusher and Schneider, the 2 remaining players. Schneider getting gunned down there, but they do manage to take down Crims just before, and Schneider's still alive, but the bomb is ticking away. just Schneider left now, and he's got no health. It's not looking good. So it looks like Fnatic are going to lose the pistol round, and also perhaps their hopes are going to start to dwindle. But like you say, situations like this are really a big test of experience and a big test of leadership, a big test of
courage.
Courage, yeah. I mean, this is really what being an athlete is about. It's when you're staring down the barrel of the gun. It's basically you have one round. You're on the razor's edge. You can't make a mistake, and that's when you perform. That's what being a professional athlete is about.
Right.
And that's what Fnatic.
And also, of course, taking it round by round.
Exactly. Yes. And
knowing that the journey is quite long to strike a comeback. But overall, just to speak a few moments about the pistol round and the strategy Fnatic opted to go for.
Yep.
So they kind of went on a standard setup. One guy peeking the B holes. But what I didn't see from Fnatic was some kind of thing, some kind of action that is triggered the moment that person sees someone in the dark holes, because he knew it was a rush coming. He started to back down, but when he's starting to back down, he should have a teammate with a flashbang, with a smoke, with something that kind of disturbs the momentum, the timing for the terrorist. Now they completely relied on aim. And what happens the day the aim is not completely on? Why not also back yourself up a bit by having great team play, having ideas how to counter things when it happens to you. You cannot only depend on aim. That's what I'm saying here.
It doesn't cost anything either, I guess, because if you have like the players in the back with those grenades, you know, they're not
exactly sitting with it triggered. Like, okay, he sees someone, I throw this flashbang, you rotate here. I didn't see Fnatic has had a full a plan. What happens if they're doing this? What happens if they're going to do that, for example? I think that's something you have to do. You can not only rely on aim and the position you're taking.
And we have 5 FAMAs for Fnatic right now in this round. Decent split, decent setup, but it looks like slowly but surely LGB are encroaching upon the positions. And XM does have a scout, so that's an interesting choice for XM. It seems like a bit of a trolley situation because there's no real reason for him to have a scout.
No, he's not at all.
Snyder right now with his teammate are creeping around CPL, but mid is so heavily controlled by LGB and they're gunning down players left and right, but this is going to be a horrible situation. Just Snyder left now, and things are looking hopeless for Fnatic. And it's, oh my goodness, just the FAMAS Snyder in the corner.
He lagged out.
Oh my god, what is this? What is this? What?
Oh my god.
That's highly embarrassing. Oh my goodness. I thought that Snyder would be the one to get the knife.
They have a stronger word for it than...
Okay. Where do you go from there? That's
where do you go from that?
Where do you go from there?
Stabbed with a knife.
So you type /disconnect. So
it seemed like they had this kind of disco in the smoke for a while. That no one cared to. They just danced around each other rather than killing each other.
And JW, both the snipers for either team, they each have scouts. The real skill weapon.
Right.
The manly weapon.
The manly weapon. You do see how much confidence LGB are playing with now. Taking over the middle, taking the duels, failing, obviously. Snyder and JW taking the frags, but it feels like LGB are starting to sense the victory here.
Oh yeah, definitely. LGB are a really momentum-based team for sure, and they have so much confidence and so much talent when it comes to just the raw executional elements of the game, where you're aiming, where you're just moving in, you got good technique when you're making those peaks and you're getting those duels. So the bomb will go down for them, and Modi is the only man to make a difference, and he's going to die on those stairs. That's going to be his grave. And now it's just looking terrible. What do we have? We have 15-4. So
yeah, and we have the weaponry Fnatic is able to afford. It's not so convincing, is it?
A mag for Flusher, a Deagle for Modi, a Scout for JW, and 2 FAMAs, the Walking Snyder. This is grim. Let's see what they can do with it. We have B House for LGB. Here they come, all the way into the site. We're waiting for something to happen from Fnatic, but Devil with his FAMAS will go down, and JW with the Scout's going to go down. It's just the mag and the left of Flusher now, and the Scout of Modi to make the difference. And LGB have a great setup, and the bomb down. Oh, and the snipe coming in as well. Absolutely just unadulterated action here from LGB with the knives. And that's going to be Fnatic done, dusted, and disappointed.
Very one-sided map We saw that on Inferno. We see that now on Mirage. Train was a different story. It was kind of more interesting, I guess, at least from my perspective, being a fnatic member, to put it that way.
Yeah, you're wearing the shirt and everything.
I'm wearing the shirt, indeed. fnatic shop, that's where you find that. Anyway, no, disappointing by fnatic, indeed. They weren't able to perform anywhere the standard they need to perform at, representing fnatic, and also with kind of the experience and the time they've had together now. So that was a bit disappointing.
So where do they go from here? Do you think, do they listen to your commentary and then you know, look at the
that's
VODs,
what you tell them to do.
Or I can see you've probably tried already.
Yeah, but I think there was, from both teams actually, some inconsistency in the purchases, like random deagles, random P250s, no structure. Also, again, emphasizing on the pistol round we saw from fnatic being CT on Mirage. Why not back yourself up a bit by the fact that not every day of the week you will be able to get 2 clean headshots, protecting the long holes, the dark holes of bomb spot B in Mirage.
Exactly.
You need a flashbang from your teammate, for example. Why is that not there at this point?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you can maybe blame the map a little bit because some of the textures, some of the maybe the timings and the distances of Mirage have changed now. And fnatic is just coming in from SLTV. As far as I'm concerned, the proper, sorry to use that word, but the old Mirage was used at that tournament, so they haven't had too much time to practice this, basically. But kind of an upset, I guess. But then again, LGB, they have some really strong names. Olof has played amazingly. Dennis did some amazing impact with his sniper there on bomb spot A, for example. How did he even end up there? Why was he there at that point? He killed 3 members from like short distance. Duck hunt.
Yep. Okay, we're going to show the brackets very quickly, guys, so you can see the progression of today's tournament. It is the September CSGO tournament here, the monthly final for FACEIT. And as you can see, in faculty going down to BZSX, and Very Games had to face off against them, which is going to be the next semi-final we're going to witness. We just saw LGB play against fnatic, as you can see, as 2-1 scoreline there. So LGB going to be sitting in that grand final spot, and we're going to watch Very Games versus BZSX, which will be very interesting because it's the first time a mixed team has actually made it and beaten an invited team. So that's great news, not only just for the fact that, you know, it's great watching, great viewing. It's great news for all the other players and teams aspiring to do something similar and make a repeat there. And
right, it sends a message to the community, basically, that obviously we see some amazing players, some individuals, some gods, if you may, in the professional players of Counter-Strike, from the conventional top teams you have out there, NIP, VG, fnatic, Astana, many more to mention. But it can be you one day, right? It can be anyone.
Exactly.
You need to start somewhere.
And actually, one quick point I want to bring up before we go to a break and before we hit that next semi-final is the concept of investment, because we saw a few situations there where we were like, I don't understand the investment here, because it doesn't make sense with you know, what actually happens. So you invest in like a cold pistol, but what's the grand plan there? So I think that's just, you know, a note for people to think about when you're watching Counter-Strike games. It is a game with an economy in the system in there, so there is investment. So you've got to figure out where the return is always on your investment. So we'll go to a quick break, guys, and we'll be right back here live on FACEIT TV to see the next semi-final. BZSX, who beat faculty, versus Team Very Games, and the winner will play against LGB eSports. So don't go anywhere, tweet about it, and we'll see you right after this.